Load back in. It is day 61. We're going to give Garuda some seeds. And then strike out into the world. Looking for stuff for pets. We've got a name tag here with no one's name on it. And we definitely need to get somebody's name on it. So, what we will do is very, very quickly throw all of this stuff in here. And then move around the country. I need to set up a chicken coop. There's a lot I need to do, but what I'm going to do is just the thing that I set out to do here. Bundles are good, don't need the cobblestone. Alright, do I have food on me? No, I need foods. Perhaps there are a lot of pork chops somewhere, like right here? Well, it was too much to be hoped. I just think there's probably some food somewhere, but it's been like 1.5 days since I've played. I'll need another bucket. Actually, I would definitely not need another bucket, not for this kind of journey. Alright, the cooked pork chop's in here with the raw ones. That is incredibly unsafe practices. But you know, in Minecraft it probably doesn't matter. Probably. We're just gonna rain some experience down on us. Chomp down on our cooked pork chops and move about the lands. A little bit more experience first. I mean, why not? We'll be back home in a bit, and we'll want more of this going on. Is that Bella? Yeah, I think it is. Alright, well, we have to go get our salmon. Looks like Belladonna showed up. Very exciting. Alright, if I was my raw salmon, I would exist and be right here, yes. You just have to put yourself in the shoes of the salmon. And while you're doing that, it is important not to wonder why the salmon have shoes. Hopefully 4 salmons will be enough. She's just too excited. Come here now, girl. Come here. Come here. Alright, I will run after you and attempt to give you a salmon. Be my friend again, Bella. I'm sorry I died. Hooray! I think now she should be able to teleport out quite easily. But, you know, I think she's bored with the collar that she was wearing in the last world. And I think that she wants a nice pink collar in this world. But I don't know. Yeah, I'll have to go and get the dye. I don't think I have any laying around. But we will put a yellow one on first, because, you know, just red is so boring. And we'll just go grab that name tag real quick, since now we have a absolutely perfect purpose for it. Garuda is going to be so excited to hear the news. We'll have to build a house tonight. I'm not going to have time today. We gotta get more materials together. Where is my cat? Anyway, at any moment now, she'll emerge again. You know, she's just getting used to not being in the cow field. All right, do I need another axe before we go? I definitely do. Or do I definitely? I mean, how many trees am I realistically going to cut down? Some. And I could just make another one if we didn't. Yeah, maybe I don't definitely need to make an axe, because if we can't enchant it, what's the point? And if we break this one, whatever. I really wish she wouldn't teleport like that. But I'm so happy she's back. We're just gonna run over this way. I think Bella wants to, you know, get a little bit of space and hang out here and consider the books. No, she'll be inside the library. That'll be nice. Much more practical. I don't know where she is right now, but she's just doing her thing. There are zombies somewhere near, probably just down the hillside though. Probably just down the hillside, like that makes it okay. Alright, with 2 doors. Just wanted to get Bella in here into a nice, safe inside place. But it's too cramped for her and Garuda in the little miniature house at the moment. Well, I was hopeful that she would choose to come in here, but it doesn't look like she's going to. Come on, Bella. Just anywhere that's not right there. Alright, I'm gonna eat this pork chop and think about how you can't get a cat to do anything. But it's fine, you know, I didn't want this cat to be safe anyway. Okay, now she's gonna go sit on a box. Come on now, please, Bella. Maybe if we lay down in here, then she'll... Yeah, there we go. We'll just lay down for the night, and then Bella can lay her head on her shoulder. And then we will sit her down here in the nice safe beds, and she can protect the librarians from malfeasance. Oh, she brought us a feather to remind us to do the archaeology. You know, she is a very good advisor. We've got our brush now. Plenty of arrows, food, water, shelter. I left the bed. We'll take this other one out of the box here. We wouldn't want to take the one that Bella's sitting on after all. Rude. So we need to go to the dark oak forest for dark oak, for that is where it grows. And I need seeds to tame a parrot, but we'll probably just acquire some more along the road, or if we find Luca, then we'll just look around the jungle and no doubt be able to find something soon enough. But we're gonna tread over that old familiar beautiful ground. But it occurs to me that we don't need to be leaving all of these animals dotting the landscape. We can mend up our armor and our sword while we wait, and also get a lot of materials, so might as well. Just looking around is so fun here. I need to go check out that dripstone cave eventually. Hopefully it won't end in another deep dark. I don't know if we're far enough away though. It probably will lead into it. But we'll just continue on. And we'll probably end up with way more wool that we need, but plenty of mutton, and that will be nice. We'll be able to come home and have a bunch more emeralds just waiting for us. I can just imagine a beautiful rail system that connects all of these lovely places to each other. I mean, should my house be up here? Maybe my house should be up here. It's hard to say. But it is real pretty, but I am losing track of the goal, which is to walk in this direction more or less, and to hit sheep along the way. Now with our good sword, the 5th of sharpness, we're just going to clear the meadow a little bit, and it only takes one hit to kill sheep. And so while this is going to meander a little bit, this is actually, you know, an honest way to play Minecraft. It's not all cramming sheep in a field and jamming wheat into their mouths. You can go and hit them with a stick with some diamonds attached. Oh my god, it's beautiful! I mean, I know I've already been here before, but I don't think I've seen it from this exact angle. Because the sunflower plains, with all the sunflowers facing in this direction, and the seemingly endless cherry groves. Hey Colin, good morning. Happy November, and happy Saturday. Unless you were watching this on a different day in the future, guys, in which case, I don't know how to tell time. I tell people good morning no matter what. We're just going to, I was going to say carefully walk down, but I have a boat. There's absolutely no reason for me to be doing this sort of like, I don't know what I'm doing behavior. Is there enough space for a boat, though? What about sideways? Alright, so, there we go. Now we will ride a boat down. I know what I'm doing. That definitely was faster than doing it some other kind of way. But I'm pretty sure we're going in the right direction. And after we crest over the hills here in this cherry place, yeah, because this is like the old field, right, where we had fought, and there's this this nether portal over here, which I actually am probably going to mine some obsidian from, maybe all of it, because you know, now in the modern era, and also now that I'm here, we'll get some sunflowers. I bet I could find a good use for a bunch of sunflowers. For example, I could put them in the ground and then look at them later. And that seems like a good idea. For, while we might travel back this way, we may not come back exactly this way. And we can always grow more sunflowers here. I think. I don't have any bones to test it, but I think bone meal changes what it grows based on, like, you know, what you're facing. That's obvious, but also like on the ground of a place. Like if you go to a flower forest and you're on a tulip block, you can grow tulips with bone meal. If you're, you know, and so on. If you're in a wildflower block like over there with the red, white, blue, and yellow, then you can grow those with bone meal. But I don't have any bone meal on me to test it. I could probably make some with something. But I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is pick up this amount of sunflowers. One stack is good. And we're just going to run over to this this little ruined nether portal here and mine it real quick. Because we went into the nether and we made, you know, a little cobblestone pathway, and then that was good. It wasn't a good pathway, but it was an intermediate pathway. Bunch of tulips. I do need to get tulips. But since I know this place is really close to home, I do want to try and go a little further afield. Wait, no, I need the food in there. Why am I the way I am? And we're just going to turn all of that lava into obsidian. Fall far down? No, just one block down. It with a very light tap, leather rack will just melt away from this pickaxe, which is just efficiency 4, but that's still pretty efficient. I like the stone bricks. I want to maybe do something with them. One of my friends in their creative world, they had a sort of like dark oak and stone brick wall going on, and I thought it looked awesome. And I thought maybe I could do something with that aesthetic here. But who's cutting onions? There's our advancement. You know, onions are delicious, but they do get sad under the knife. That is an observed thing that onions all do. Now, if I was slightly more advanced, I would try to, like, nether travel back to back home. Because I know, like, roughly the coordinates, which are basically roughly spawn. But we're going to leave that little loop of it intact. But take most of the rest of this obsidian. And this should be like a good for 2, I think. I think we got enough for 2 now. 19, yeah. So we're 1 shy. But we've got 1 obsidian somewhere, or we can find it. But now we're going to go to this strategically located chest and put stuff into it. Stuff like atypical colors of wool. Stuff like single stone bricks and magma blocks. Stuff like sticks. But not weed seeds. We might need them. Alright. And now we press onward. Further in this vague direction. Because while I really liked the village, and, you know, like, we've got our enchanting table there, and all that, it does occur to me that in this, like, sort of new version of me playing the game where I'm like, more active about some things. I don't have to be by a village. Like, it was a good place to set up shop at the very start, but I am quickly going to be at a point where I don't really need to be around there in order to accomplish my goals. So building it on that meadow, I think that might be the play that I end up going with. I should have dropped water down since I would be relatively likely to be traveling this way again. But speaking of relatively likely, you'll never guess what we're going to do now, because there's something I need that can only be found in the water. Not cardiovascular exercise that is good for the joints, although that can be found there too. No, something more important than that. A trident. Because if I need like a ton of gold, right? Like all the gold, the best place I know in the whole game to get gold reliably is an ocean monument, which I think always has 8 gold blocks. And all I have to do is go in and kill those 3 Elder Guardians, right? Who are not really that dangerous if you're in full armor and got Prot 16, which I'm at Prot 15 right now. Yeah, Prot 15. So, soon enough, we'll be where we want to be. We're just going to map hack real quick. Doesn't look like there's any drowned around. I thought we were going to run into a black forest really soon, but maybe if we just leave the map hack on, we'll remember where we're going. It's just a good way to see if there might be drowned around, new drowned related blues band. Just drowning around, first record. It'd be derivative. But there was a density in the normal oak trees and the shadows, and it made me feel like we were where we wanted to be. This is a normal drowned. The statistics are not very important to me this time around, unless they start being, but, we'll pop them anyway, because they do give experience. There's many a foe. Hey, a Nautilus shell. There's many a foe in a video game that has perished because they give experience. But there's a lot of experience donators in this world, and I really thought I was going in the right direction for this Black Forest, but I'm already with an entirely full inventory. Alright, time to use bundles. I know, you could just cry a happiness. And we can just put like anything we want into the bundle because we have so much space. We could put, flowers inside of it. Anything. Not eggs. Eggs are not efficient. But if you're out there thinking that I'm learning, I'm not. Don't ever think that I'm learning. Brown dog. Unfortunately, we have no bones. Little scuttling footsteps, but nothing ominous, I don't think. Anyway, I really thought there was a dark forest this way, but I must have turned. We do have, though, a magnificent waterfall terminating in a vast inside space, and I know I'm not supposed to do that, because I'm supposed to be looking for the dark forest, but look at the waterfall, though. Breathtaking. Oh yeah, and then we've got like a very, very large underground system there, so negative 1800, 530, perhaps worth returning to someday. Definitely worth not being directly on the edge of. It took 3 hits? That's outrageous. So the second one probably wasn't fully recharged. In conclusion, I am terribly and utterly lost. No, we'll just keep on going in this direction for a bit. Reasoning that we will see something that we need to see if we just believe. And if we go for too long, then we'll loop around in the other direction. Looks like we've got a large congregation of passive mobs here, so we are going to congregate them together in misery and efficient experience gaining. I don't have my... Trailed off there. I don't have my shield in my hand. I tried to block with the pick. That would have been worse than embarrassing. Painful. And all of these trees are burning down. The creeper is here. He thinks that this is a party for him to come and blow himself up under the tree. Which it's easy to see right now in the midst of this forest fire why he might interpret it that way. However, I do disagree with him. Looks like there's a nether portal up there, and that's like a gold block that happens to be illuminated somewhat by what's underneath it. And that was the gurgling of a drowned. No reputable drowned, a mere broke drowned who has nothing to offer us but his death, which he gives. A good drowned, meeting expectations. I love this oak tree. I normally don't like the larger oak trees because they're annoying to cut down and they get in my way. But this one here in the middle of the water is that's pretty wonderful. That's a good oak tree. But yes, that is indeed a fun nether portal up here. So we're going to go to it and, you know, relieve it of its treasures. Always on the lookout to improve our gold helmet for the nether, which is protection 3. But we can get prot 4 on it. It's not like a super high priority for me, but we will do it eventually. And then we'll be in good shape. And then I'm going to put mending on it like we did in the last world. The rain falls. But no thunder, no danger. But if it thunders out here, we won't be worried about losing our villagers. So we would just fight through the thunderstorm and hope to get some skeleton horses that I would put into a pen and then never ride. Pillager Tower? Alright, guys. New plan. Y'all know I absolutely cannot stand them. It is raining, so I need a flint and steel, and I don't have any iron on me. Well, we're just going to zoom around down here and see if we can see exposed iron anywhere. I know I can get flint automatically because we have a fortune shovel, so now we never have to worry about flint again. Every piece of gravel is a piece of flint. But it would be too much to hope for just some, like, totally exposed iron here, I guess. Because we just need one iron thing for it. But we could head to the nether portal and maybe... Yeah, we'll head to the nether portal that we were going to. That'll give us a chance to do reconnaissance on the pillager tower, because the nether portal is just, like, right up here, I think. And then there could be iron or even a flint and steel inside, as there often is flint and steel inside the nether ruined portal chests. But here we go. It's on the other side of the pillager tower, but we've got a stony shore here, or at least what I associate with the visibility of a stony shore. So we're going to hope to see some exposed iron. If not, then we'll walk over to that wall. And then when the rain stops, after we have smelted some iron, then we will prosecute our advantage. We just need to get enough for a furnace real quick, and there's the iron that we need. And there will definitely be exposed coal somewhere. Yes, there it is. Even more iron, and you know, we're not getting distracted, we're not, but there's absolutely no point in leaving iron in the ground whenever I need just like so much iron. All of the iron. I will never have enough because my railway will never be enough. But this won't take too long. After just a moment, we're not going to smelt all the iron. We're just going to move on out. I think the rainstorm will stop before we get to these guys, but before we get to the pillager tower. But we'll go the long way around, do some recon, and wait for the rain to stop, because I don't think that the fire spreads very well in the rain. And you know, that makes sense. Although that fire is spreading a little bit in the rain. If there's one thing I know about pillager towers, is that I want to be able to burn them down. I very, very much desperately wish to be able to burn them down. And I'm unlikely to accept any explanation of reality that says that I'm not permitted to burn them down, up to and including the existence of rain. Before I figured out the flint and steel, I think it was actually on like my first pillager tower, but I had been like hacking away at it. I was like knocking down the stone, I was cutting down the wood, actually, you know, I needed some dark oak wood, and they are made out of dark oak. That won't be enough for a whole house, though. I don't know what I expected running this way. A band of horses there. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the band of horses, but I love them. They had a couple of, like, sort of big hits. They had one called Funeral. I think that was just the name of it. That was like really a big... It was like on TV shows and stuff, if memory serves. But they they had a large amount of songs that I loved. They had several records that were really good. One of my favorite songs of theirs was called "I Go to the Barn Because I Like the," and it was by Band of Horses, but like, you know, you could say it as a whole title. It was like an ascendant Fall Out Boy song title. It fulfilled all the promises of the titles of old. There's the little slabs. Here's the chest. And we would have gotten the flint and steel here, but, you know, we've gotten 4 flint and steel. This chest is saying, veritably, you are going to want to burn something down. That's enough iron for a flint and steel, enough flint for 1 more flint and steel, and 5 flint and steels. This chest is saying, you know what you need to do. And boy, do I ever. Alright, is it about to be nighttime? Oh, I have... The blue bundle is where I keep my good tools. So I can't actually see. You know, the feathers don't need to go into a bundle when we have that many of them. Alright, there we go. You can bundle your stuff badly. See, here I want to have access to the clock that's in the bottom of this one, and then there's also the compass that could lead me home. But, there we go. So we have just a couple of minutes before night. I say we're not going to wait 1 more minute. Not 1 more minute while this pillager tower stands. These are not good pillagers. These are bad, bad, bad guys. And I'll prove it to you. Now, I don't know how. I don't know if they have a prison. If they do, we're certainly going to break into it and set everyone free. We're going to powerfully fire here. You know, the good thing about a pillager tower is, and this is true, pillagers give experience. Alright, it looks like they don't have any prisoners at the moment, but, you know, they have a prison, and I have no doubt that they just, you know, harmed the previous prisoners such that they're not around anymore. But we'll be able to achieve a very important thing here, which is acquiring a crossbow, and we all know why we need one of those. So that we can ask, who is the pillager? That doesn't count as doing the thing because I didn't say the whole phrase. And I know I'm only allowed at 1 per hardcore world. I know the rules. I put that on a bad step. If you put it on this step, then the slope will take it like all the way down much better. Do we get a goat horn? We get a sentry armor, so... And we get some dark oak logs, iron ingots. Hey, there's the crossbow we needed. We'll put that trim on, like, the legs. Or the feet, rather. Oh, maybe it did take off from the helmet earlier and I just didn't notice it. Alright, good deal. I wanted a goat horn so I could blow it to taunt them, but this is just as good. Because the thing that you get to say with a crossbow is truly the greatest of all Minecraft references. So we have a murmur, and there's a shot. And there's our old Betsy, but that's not what I mean, and you know it's not what I mean. 1 more shot, and we'll get to do it. 1 more shot. Who's the pillager now? Oh, it's so satisfying. And you can just keep on... But, you know, you only get 1. You only get 1. Unless you're practicing for the big day, you only get 1. But this is a way for me to get a bunch of dark oak logs, so I'm going to use it before we start burning it down. Because actually, like, unironically, this will be a really good source. And I don't think it'll make it any trickier for us to eventually burn it down, you know, so... I'm not even, like, deigning to deal with them. I'm just, like, tearing their home apart first. There we go. And the waterfall grows. Do I have a lantern? I'm just, like, casually looking for light as I do this. Can I just fall asleep up here? Are they close enough? Yeah, I may not rest now. There are monsters nearby. What if I go all the way up to the top? I bet I can sleep up here at the top. Just totally styling on them. Like, not only am I going to come here and burn this whole thing down and leave you in ruins, I'm going to let you know that I'm napping in between doing it. Because all of this swinging my sword and my axe and my crossbow has gotten me tired. And there we go, 39 dark oak logs. It's not a lot, but it's some. Oh, and this whole upper thing is actually, that looks like spruce. No, it's dark oak. It's just the angle of it and how light it is. We're gonna hack all this up and then we'll go collect it down at the ground later. This will also have the effect of destroying the morale of the enemy by casting down their banners. And now the rain has stopped. And we know what that means. Oh, yes. This little pillager adventure is about to come to its marvelous conclusion. The banners of the enemy have fallen. The flint is in our hands. And thus always may our enemies fall. I have toggle set. Never mind, maybe my keyboard was sticking, or maybe I just was imagining it. There's more logs there, but, you know, we're already burning the place down. We're not going to stop for more salvaging. It's all fire from here on out. They're so weak. You know, I would be embarrassed to be in these guys' criminal crew. Yeah. So we've got more, you know, we didn't find a dark forest, but we did complete our goal. Crossbow charged up. It's just like, why don't I just ignore you, man? Like, oh, do you want to feel like you're doing well? Look behind you. Look at the ruins of your home. I'm just gonna ignore you and keep on cutting down some oak logs now. We haven't had a leader emerge yet, which is pretty funny, considering the damage we've been putting on their forces. Alright. Well, you know, I guess that about does it. They'll always remember the day that I came to town. Oh, is there like an internal space down there where they're stuck? Shame. Oh yeah, it's a terrible shame is what it is. Well, I'm sure they know where it's at now. Just a lot of pain for these two. A regular comedy duo, one of them taking some damage, and then the next one a brief second afterward, them just saying, ow, 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 over and over. Good stuff. Just what we're here for. But I do hate to leave without finding their leader and destroying him in combat. But they don't drop very much. They do drop experience, sometimes. But it really all goes to the mending, so you can't tell. But that does remind me, I forgot to take this gold block off of this because I got distracted by the lust for vengeance that I feel whenever I see a pillager outpost. I just want to take revenge on behalf of all of their victims. No, the pillagers, they haven't really done much to me personally, but that doesn't mean that they're not terrible people. In fact, it just means that they're worse. Because they wouldn't dare mess with me. They mess with others who can't defend themselves. So that's why I have to go find their towers where I can and cast them down. This is the worst way I've ever mined a gold block. It's going to work. I'm like in the water. But where did it go? Oh, it fell on top of that obsidian. Truly, I am the saddest boy in the world. I'm rich. Okay, now I feel better. We are ranging rather far away from home, but I just want to get several hundred blocks towards, like, zeroed out on the z-axis towards spawn before we turn back. Because I think that's just, you know, we'll either hit the dark forest or the jungles that way, or at the very least we won't be retreading over the exact same ground that we were walking on. This will also give us an opportunity to look around for, you know, the most important things in the world. Map hacking. Are there any tridents? You see, due to the map hack, you can tell that there's a drowned here. He's carrying a nautilus shell. I knew it wasn't a trident, but I also knew that it would be fun to hit him. Oh yeah, and then the items have hitboxes too, which let me see that I clearly have a full inventory and could not pick up the nautilus shell. Very nice. Alright, good stuff. A trident? A trident! Alright, guys. Will we get it? Give it to me. Did I get it? Did I? No, I don't think I got it. Is it floating in the water? This trident has a hitbox on the ground, but I can't get it. It'll be okay. There will be many more opportunities to get a trident. And only one of them has to work for me to become incredibly happy. We've got another flower forest, sunflower plains here. It's just gorgeous. I was going to say, what's that over there? But that over there is the spindly stone remains of what was the home of our enemies, the pillagers. And let that be a lesson to them. And if they do not wish to learn from it, let it be a warning to others. Oh, that's cool. Oh, that's cool. I love it. Just a little tree on the overhang. Flower forests with rivers and then like sunflower plains on the other side. Some of my favorite places in all of Minecraft for certain. Just very, very beautiful. And really, I should be getting some tulips, but that's either a mountain or a giant floating. Okay, it's a mountain. Like, if that's a huge floating thing. Hi, Sid. Doing just fine. We just burned down a pillager tower. It was awesome. I don't think you can see the remains in the distance anymore. There wasn't a whole lot left. But we got almost 2 stacks of dark oak logs from it, so very nice. And how are you on this fine morning? Yes, well, I am sad you missed it too, but the stream's not going to go on for too much longer, so you could go back and see me doing my very stereotypical castigation of the pillager people. You know, threatening, cajoling, going to the top, putting the water bucket down, burning it. I did get the advancement, so, you know, for killing the pillager, so, you know, that's always a lot of fun for me. Ah, jungle. So we don't need to bring up painful things in the past, but this time in the jungle, once we find our friend, it's going to be nothing but totally responsible stewardship of weapons. Yep. I was sad, you know, I was sad to have to say it when you weren't around, but you know, when you see a pillager tower, you just got to do it. There's a crossbow in the chest up at the top. They didn't get me a goat horn of feelings. I really want a goat horn of feelings. Goat horn of pondering is good too, but like, would you just blow the horn of feelings before you burn down their house? Like, it's very satisfying. They know what they did wrong, right? They know what they did. Alright, this is actually the exact area I was trying to find. I just got off track by about 1,000 blocks in the x-axis, or the z-axis rather. But here in the confluence of biomes, we'll be able to mine more dark oak. Probably, but the axe is about to pop. We might just do it till the axe breaks. No, that's not smart. Because we'll want to enchant at least 2 axes. So we'll use this axe for like an enchantment thing. We'll make a new axe, burn an enchantment on, and then, you know, we'll have one for the base, and the low durability won't matter. And then we'll throw mending on at the end, as one does. Alright, so there's a lush cave somewhere around here. We know that because there's 18 different little trees. But we're going to go over in this direction. And, you know, we're going to look and see if we can find Luca just chilling. But if not, we are going to start cracking on some dark oak trees a little bit. We've got 2 stacks of wood, but I would prefer a few more because I don't know how much I'm going to need. And I didn't check the swamp biome. I don't know if it's like a special one or not, if it's the mangrove swamp, because no, it's just a normal swamp. I guess they sometimes have these mangrove trees. Oh, never mind. There you go. That is a swamp, but this is a mangrove swamp, so I guess the mangrove trees only grow in that. So this actually is many biomes all right by each other, right? Because you get swamp, mangrove swamp, jungle, unless that's a bamboo jungle, because there's a bamboo jungle over there, so this might be a normal jungle, but I don't know how that works with biomes. I don't know if you can get like a subdivision of a jungle that becomes a bamboo jungle, or if it all generates on its own. But somewhere this swamp biome is either very small or continues on, but we haven't found it. But dark forest, jungle, swamp, mangrove swamp, birch forest, and oak forest, and like whatever's going on there, all within a very, very short distance of each other. So a cool place for certain. But I have looked around long enough without doing any of the work. No frogs to put into a bucket. We'll keep an eye out for them, though. We're just going to start looking for my friends. Am I going to build something out of dark oak? Yeah, I want to... I mean, not today. Maybe tonight after work. But, start working on a house, I think. Maybe. I don't know why, like... Building a house seems so important and permanent. I guess that's why people do it at the start, but, yep. Yeah, I didn't stream last night. I was, one of my friends bought me a game. We were playing that. It was a lot of fun. That's a bird, but that's a light blue bird. Luca being a blue parrot is nice too, because there's this poem that I love called Bluebird. It is not in the public domain. I don't actually know if Bukowski has heirs that bother people about it, but, you know, I don't want to break rules just because. I mean, I do. I desperately want to break rules, but I don't want to... How to phrase this? I think it's careless and stupid to break rules in a way where you provide evidence for others. So, you know, you don't want to say on the internet, I'm going to do this bad thing and then do it. Oh, what game? It's called The Outlast Trials. It's like a horror game. It was pretty intense. She was really good at it. She was, you know, helping out a lot. I was running into corners and causing problems. It was, it's like super dark in like themes and imagery and graphics. It's very, very, very gory. Very much not for the faint of heart. Yeah, it is fun. It's built in the Unreal Engine, so really familiar like movement and gameplay sort of experience. I played a ton of Dead by Daylight, but not as the people that are trying to live. I was playing as the killers the vast bulk of my time in that game. But there's a lot of elements to like playing the Survivor and Dead by Daylight that were similar. You know, like you got to be careful about making more noise. You know, you have different tasks to complete on the screen while you're trying to avoid enemies. All the while you're like learning stuff about like the storytelling of the game by the environments and stuff like that. So it was really cool. I had a good time. Definitely going to play more of that, but probably not tonight. I'm not sure. We're just running all around in this this jungle. And you have to believe, you just have to, that if you do this long enough, you'll remember that you need a cocoa sample for brown dye. Because I have a jungle tree. Cocoa! And I guess I could also start making chocolate chip cookies, like I do in real life. Oh, what's this? Hi, Natasha. I know I was supposed to end the stream 6 minutes ago, but I have like 14 or 15 or maybe even 24 left before I have to. And this building, this is something, right? It's gotta be. It's either archaeology or back in my survival world, I found a weird building with like redstone pistons and traps and stuff inside. And I also like fought a bunch of enemies on the inside, and I think this might be one of those. I haven't found a second one ever, so this could be exciting. Maybe we'll find some pistons and traps and tripwires within. I want to like take a look at it before I start hacking in. Oh, the hour difference made you lose the stream? Oh, no. Alright, there's no rooftop ingress. There's no enemies on the roof either. They don't appear to be widely defended by enemies. I think my association with the enemies that I had was just because I had been, you know, getting out of line outside in the area, and then I ran inside. That furnace is so far in. You know what? I'm going to make another one because I want to get... Oh! I'm going to expose a hole in the floor where the chest is. Alright, well, so much for doing this the right way. We get some bones. And they have a dispenser that's trying to trap me up with arrows, but it's not going to work. We're going to put string in it instead. And I was supposed to take a look around this place to figure out how it worked, and here I go breaking it. Alright, so tripwire here, tripwire there, leading to the redstone dispenser here. Full of arrows. They didn't think we would notice, but we did. Right, I was like, what was I doing? I needed to make a furnace so that I could make torches so that I could see around in here. What a hassle. No, I don't need to make those at all. I have coal in a bundle because I put it in a bundle. Don't ask me why. Probably for just this circumstance. And that's a pressure plate, maybe? Oh, it's the tripwire there and there. You can see the thin line there on the ground. So your cursor just increases a very small amount. And these... probably do something upstairs. Ah. That's right. So the pistons create like a I don't know why they're there. Yeah, with them up, they don't, like, allow you to get in any particular way. Anyway, we get a wild armor trim, so excellent. We get a bunch of gold ingots, also excellent. A book of sharpness 3, prot 3, and quick charge 1. We actually will take that. That's quite nice because, not for any real reason, but prot 3, we can burn that onto our boots and then we'll be at full protection levels. So... we're going to continue on putting stuff into bundles. I know, you didn't think I was gonna. Yeah, like, how does it even work? I literally don't know how you would do it. But I do know that I'm going to take these pistons, because sticky pistons are hard to make. Or rather, you need slime. And trial runes are an excellent source of slime. But if you don't have one of those around, you'll have to find a swamp and then deal with all the annoyances of that. So I guess that's the temple. You just get like a secret room. We've got some armor trim out of it, which is excellent. And then, you know, you could get a pretty good book. See, a Protection 3 book is excellent. The lever combination that would open the wall, that makes sense. You know, I should have guessed that. But that does give me an idea, right? Which I had sort of had before for, like, using pistons to be, like, a wall. But there, like, if you can use them to, in such a way to, like, push and pull to where you get, like, a door opened, then that is exactly what I want to do with my time. Like, I just love that. I want a secret wall that you open with a bookshelf. Both in real life, just desperately. I don't... Like, everybody wishes they had more money, right? But I don't consider myself, like, a deeply materialistic person. I'm not, like, motivated by the acquisition of money or, you know, like, cool stuff. But I sometimes wish I had a lot of money, because if I had a lot of money, I would be able to have a secret wall that was accessed by a bookshelf. And oh man, how would I ever be sad again when I could just, like, pull or put a book in and then, you know, as if by magic, go into a wall. They were really all waiting for me outside, weren't they? This zombie pretends to be dangerous from the sword, but we know better. But I need to just take one last look around here. Because unfortunately, it is getting on the time where I'm going to need to call it quits for the stream. But we won't have time to go home. But spoilers, we do have a pet at home that we found earlier, and we've got the name tag on them. So if you check out the earlier part of the video, you'll be able to see. Or I could tell you now. Do you want me to tell you now? Just close your ears if you don't want to hear. But anyway, yeah, we found Belladonna, which is excellent, and we got the name tag on her, and she is hanging out inside of the library structure. Okay, yeah, so you come across a weird cobblestone structure in the middle of a jungle, and you can count on probably finding a book and maybe some armor trims and stuff like that. But we are not here in the jungle for that, although if we were, it would have been a great success. We are here to try and find our beloved friend once again after he tragically perished in a zombie storm-related accident. Nobody knows what really happened that day. Nobody knows. But it's very sad, and the only way that we're going to be able to overcome the mystery and sadness of the mystery is by one day finding Luca's reincarnation and bringing him home, which that one day might be tonight, it might be some other time, but it unfortunately doesn't look like it's going to be right now. I say, looking one more time into the jungle. Come on, why can't it be now? Be cool if it was now. Perhaps if we run around with the seeds. Alright, I've just got like 1 or 2 more minutes. But, you know, there's no need to go combing through the archives for evidence to figure out the nature of the mystery. It's enough to say that a storm was involved. And in this terrible storm-involved accident, well, we've got a couple of nice birds, but no Luca. I need to figure out if you can breed parrots or not. As it is, I only ever figure out how to make them sit down. But perhaps these other parrots here will inspire Luca to show up, and he'll be like, hey, what's all this? And I'll be like, oh, you know, Yeah, thunderstorms are very dangerous. The lightning bolts can, you know, they go towards high objects. But, unfortunately, although these parrots are nice parrots, and may one day be awarded names, we're not finding Luca right now, and I have to get off. It's very sad. Oh, you can't breed parrots? That makes sense. You know, they're very long-lived creatures, so it makes sense that the game wouldn't want to let you do it. I mean, but so too are turtles. But anyway, not important. Hi, Layla. But sorry, bye, Layla. I'm about to. This is the outro. I have to go to work. But we've got a nice full inventory of a bunch of stuff. We've been putting stuff into bundles like the whole time. You'd be so proud. Or not. But that's going to do it for this one. Due to the tragic events of the storm, whatever happened there, you know, Luca was not as long-lived in that incarnation as he may otherwise have been, which is a sadness. But I'm sure that when we find him, he will be very happy to receive the seeds of forgiveness, and we'll call them that. The seeds of forgiveness. But I've got to go now. I'll see you guys later. I will probably stream tonight. I'm not positive. Nobody can tell the future. But I will plan on that. And I hope you have a good day. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Happy November. And the parrot talks. So too do I. And but I'm about to quit. So there you go.